Basically, the common thread of our operations now is media brands that have good scale positions. So both in terms of attracting producers and journalists, getting out the network or the magazine or the movie with enough leverage in distribution and marketing that you can have the scale work to get it across the world and across all the platforms. The advantage of adjacency, meaning having a stable of brands that when you go into the distribution, whether in the United States or overseas, is it's helpful to have scale to support your brands. And the part of that is, it's pretty easy to see it if you say, when you take CNN, TBS, TNT, Cartoon Network, and you go to a distributor, DirecTV Satellite, Comcast Cable TV, and you're working on renewals, placement of the channels, and rates, you've got a better position if you have more important programming supply than if you have less. So that's pretty clear. From a consumer point of view, if you have more scale, you probably have more resources to cross-promote, and to the extent those two things drive better revenue economics into the programming budgets, whether it's budgets for news, whether it's budget for entertainment, you have some very important, not usually well described economies of scale that go on in production and even in acquisition. Like if you're TBS, TNT, which are two big general entertainment networks, we basically license more TV series and more big film packages than the other networks that compete for those. And since we have two of them, we have kind of an ability to amortize across a couple of networks. And similar things happen at HBO, not in terms of either licensing products somebody else is making or providing a good fixed cost base for really expensive original projects like the Pacific miniseries on World War II, which that's over $200 million to make that. And if you looked at the competing pay TV networks that would try to absorb a budget like that, it would be, in relative terms for them, 5 times more expensive, because you look at these things in relation to per subscriber revenue, not just in aggregate.